and welcome back to More Chronicles. Today I am doing my September TBR. A few months ago I did create a TBR jar of sorts. I used this old candle holder. It's my favorite scent, Sweater Weather, but the candle burned out. And so now I just have all of the books that I have in there. So I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna be using this because I can never figure out what the hell I want to read, and this just takes the pressure off of me. But in certain cases, if there are certain things that I really do want to get to, then I'll just go ahead and read those. I do have 2 books that I want to read this month. The first is Vengeful by V.E. Schwab. This is the sequel to Vicious, which if you've seen my review of it, you know that I really love that. So I'm really excited to get to this finally. In Vengeful, we pick back up with our main characters, Victor, Mitch, and Sydney, when a new EO comes to town and starts wreaking havoc in Merritt. I'm not 100% sure how this is going to work out, but I know that Victor and Eli are probably going to go at it again, and I'm looking forward to it. I love all the characters in this, so I'm really excited to see what happens next. I also heard that there's going to be a book 3. Again, don't know how that's going to work out, but I'm excited to read it. The other book that I'm going to pick for this month is Take a Hint, Dani Brown. If you saw any of my previous videos, you know that I really loved Get a Life, Chloe Brown, which I did not expect because I'm not a huge romance person. But I'm going to read Take a Hint, Dani Brown this month. I ordered it. I'm just waiting for it to get here. And I am going to do sort of a book mail video because I unhauled a bunch of books. And so I bought a bunch of books to replace those. In Take a Hint, Dani Brown, we follow Chloe's sister, Dani, who is a PhD student, and from what I've seen, this includes a little bit of fake dating, friends with benefits that eventually evolves into a romance. There's some mental health representation, and I've only heard good things about this, so I'm actually really excited to get into it. I've also heard that a lot of people like Take a Hint, Dani Brown better than Get a Life, Chloe Brown, and if that's the case for me, considering how much I enjoyed Get a Life, Chloe Brown, I expect this one to be just as good. So I already have 2 books. Typically, I read between 4 and 6 books, so I think I'm gonna pick just 5, not to like put too much pressure on myself. And also, I read faster if I'm listening to an audiobook versus physical reading. So it'll depend on how many audiobooks I get and how many physical books I'm gonna read. So Alright, so the first book is Maybe Now by Colleen Hoover. Okay, I think I have this on Kindle Unlimited. I read Maybe Someday a while ago, and it was okay, but one thing that I'm noticing about Colleen Hoover is that she doesn't seem to know how to write healthy relationships, or maybe she just doesn't know what one looks like at all. There were some issues and Maybe Someday, so I guess I might as well just get it over with and then I can get rid of it. Maybe Now by Colleen Hoover is the sequel to Maybe Someday. I read this book when I read Maybe Someday when I was in college, and like I said, there were a few issues. So I don't want to get into details because I don't want to ruin it if anybody has that on their TBR. But I really don't understand why there's a sequel at this point. So I don't know what's gonna happen. The synopsis is very vague, but we're picking up with all the same characters that we followed in the first book, and I guess we'll see what happens. The next book is Silver Swift. Okay, so this was an Audible original that I randomly picked up. I think it's fairy tale-esque. I'm not 100% sure what it's about, but it looked good, so yeah. Silver Swift by Natalie Lloyd follows Eliza Gray. She gets a call from her grandmother who is losing her eyesight, and she tells Eliza to come. She wants to show her something before her eyesight is totally gone. So she takes Eliza on a journey to a place called Siren's Harbor, where mermaids are expected to congregate once a year to sing their winter song. I'm honestly not too big on mermaids, I don't think. I mean, I might have been when I was a kid. I only read maybe 1 or 2 books about mermaids, but it's an audiobook, so I'm sure it'll be an easy listen, but we'll see how it goes. And the last book for this month is Once Upon a Time. So this was also an Audible original. Again, fairy tale-esque. There's a princess. Once Upon a Time by Roshani Chokshi is the story of a king and queen who used to be very deeply in love. They end up losing their kingdom and they can no longer remember why they got married to each other in the first place. I don't know how I feel about this. I think I got it because it was fairy tale like, but having to read so many romances is not gonna be fun. I am not at all excited about the fact that I ended up pulling 3 romances this month, but we'll see how it goes. I think I will like take a hint Danny Brown, but I'm really not looking forward to Maybe Now by Colleen Hoover, but TBR Jar decided it, so it shall be. Don't really think I'm gonna like Once Upon a Time either, and it kind of makes me question why I got it in the first place, but oh well. I'll be sure to leave Goodreads links for all of these books in the description below. Otherwise, that's all I have for you today, and I'll see you in the next video.